Stop right there. If you clicked on this video, it means you are interested in tasting the sweet, sweet nectar that is financial freedom and figured that we, a trader, can assist you. Well, you, my friend, are totally right. Top of the morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we encourage you to click on the subscribe button down there, as well as the tiny little bell next to it, because it'll keep you notified whenever we upload new videos, which will be every Monday morning. Now, welcome to this week's episode of the Tanzanian stock market in 5 minutes. We will be breaking down this market into the equity and the debt sections. Let's begin with the equity market, the part of the stock exchange that deals with shares of companies. Now, last week, the value of shares traded in the DSE amounted to 2.67 billion Tanzanian shillings, which was a 43% decrease compared to the previous week. Now, you'll notice from this graph that Tuesday and Friday had the highest amounts that were traded. Now, this is because shares of Tanzania Breweries Limited and Tanzania Oxygen Limited were traded in the block trade pre-arranged market board. Now, they accounted to this much percentage of the amounts traded on those specific days. Now, trading in this board occurs when an entity purchases shares worth more than 200 million Tanzanian shillings of a company at a pre-arranged price, or also known as a negotiated price, which is generally lower than the price which is at the market. Now, the number of shares traded last week amounted to 4,417,885 shares. And this will help us figure out exactly which companies investors were mostly interested in last week. Number one, we have CRDB Bank PLC accounting for 43% of the total volume traded for the week. At number two, we have Tanzania Oxygen Limited accounting for 24.1% of the total volume traded for the week. And finally, at number three, we have Tanzania Breweries Limited accounting for 23.6% of the total volume traded for the week. Now, here are the companies which experienced price changes last week.
All right. Let's move on to market capitalization and the all share index. The value of the whole market last week closed at 16.12 trillion Tanzanian shillings on Friday, which was approximately a 1% decrease compared to 16.22 trillion Tanzanian shillings on Monday. The all share index DSEI fell this week by the same 1% due to a decrease in share prices of companies like CRDB, JATU, and EABL. Now, moving on to company news. Last week, NMB introduced their bond named NMB Jasiri, which expects to offer an annual coupon of 8.5%. Minimal capital to invest in the bond is 500,000 Tanzanian shillings, and it's expected to mature after 3 years. This bond is expected to raise 25 billion Tanzanian shillings, which will be used to extend affordable financing for women-owned businesses or businesses whose products or services directly impact a woman. The offer for this bond is available until the 21st March 2022, and you can buy it at any NMB branch or a licensed broker.
Okay guys, now that the equities portion is over, let us go to the treasury bonds section. And the value of treasury bonds traded during last week had amounted to 26.92 billion Tanzanian shillings, and this was a 55% decrease in compared to the week before that. Now, last week saw a large appetite for 15-year treasury bonds, which pay coupons of 13.50% per year, and most of these were sold at premium prices, with the most expensive being sold at a 21.93% premium. Now, there are no trades of corporate bonds last week, just as the previous week.
Thank you very much, investors, for tuning in. We hope this video has been informative and insightful and has made you even a little bit more interested in the Tanzanian stock market. Feel free to interact with A Trader in any of our social media platforms and contact us in case of any other questions. Have a great week ahead, and karibuni sana.